saw that. It's like, what? I have to pay $700? Oh, wow. Okay, so now they're asking for a credit card directly.
It's a bit complicated for a user to understand for the first time. This is the screen. I love it. I love this screen. And the reason why, because they're asking me, they're choosing my path. Hi everybody, this is Azhar. I am the head of growth at User Pilot, and this is our user onboarding teardown number 11. We have somebody new with us who's going to replace Wes. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Ramli John. I also work with Wes at Product Led Institute, so I'm excited to do this with Azhar.
Yeah, Ramli is a growth expert, and he's been advising a lot of SaaS companies. Just before starting the teardown, I would like to share that there is a giveaway at the end of the session. So do stay tuned. And if you finish this, you will know what's coming in there. Yeah. So Ramli, let's get started.
All right. So today we're doing Box.com. We're going to look at their onboarding and let's check this out. Are you ready?
Yep. So I think the first on the page, on the hero line, they start with just saying that the one unique part is that they simplify how we work, how you work. I don't get it. But then in the sub headline, they say one platform for secure content management, workflow, and collaboration. I think they could have still done a better job in simplify how you work. What's your opinion about it?
Yeah, I think it's very big. Even with the image in the bottom, like if you look at that, it's like what am I looking at? I'm seeing PDF, a lady spring 2020. There's some videos. Like it's not very clear what exactly they are trying to show to us. And there's two main call to actions. So this get started, contact us. I'm not sure what the primary is. Like ideally you want one main primary call to action.
Yeah. I think the reason why they have contact us and they have this kind of graphics in there, like both have the similar color, is because they are giving it to consumers, but also to like they are a B2B software. So they want to keep some way businesses to contact them, and that's why they did it. But anyway, let's get started.
Let's get it. I'm going to click on get started, and then I'm going to try it.
Interesting, right? So here they show it like try and buy it, and in the starter plan there is a blue color, and the most popular one has
you're right.
green color, right? I think this is something that's very unique for me. Like I've never seen this before, but I think they want to already prime us that we should either we can directly buy it as well, or you should just try it as well. Like, and I think this was one strategy copied from, or let's say inspired from Lucidchart. They did this experiment a couple of months ago. And this case study became really popular in SaaS communities. I think they also wanted to try this way. And if you look at, there are like 4 business plans, individual business plans and business plus. No, it's not a bit up. In individual plans, if you look
at individual plans, right? Oh,
I don't know what that means, but I think it just means to sign up. So we can just sign up with individual plan for now. Or let's start with business plan, whatever seems interesting for you.
What's also really interesting when you click on get started, usually you're presented with a sign up form. In this case, they drive you to the pricing page. Like you're totally right that they're trying to prime you for, you're not surprised at the end. It's like, what? I have to pay $20 a month or, I have to pay this much. So I guess you're right. They're definitely priming you versus like sending them straight to the sign up. But let me go ahead and try it. This one. Okay. So now here's the page. Wow. So this is already pricing, they're priming it. The total after trial. What do you think about this? They're showing you the total price after. I would be kind of freaked out if I saw that. It's like, what? I have to pay $700?
Yeah, so I think you actually chose the box business plan. If I were you, I would have chosen a different just to be cheaper in there. But yeah, I think I actually like it. The reason why I like it is because they're telling me that it actually costs more, but they're giving me a discount because 14 days are free for me. So it's a bit complicated for a user to understand for the first time, but I still believe that it's more interesting in terms of that they are showing that this trial also costs something. And so nobody did it. I would love to know from the team what they think about it, but I think it's very different. And let's go forward. And any opinion of yours?
Yeah, no, this makes sense. I think you're right. Like it's better to be Prime. I think their quality of signups would probably be higher than just like, oh, you're just signing up for free versus that what's free actually costs something. But anyways, yeah, let's sign in. I'm just gonna put in my name here. Put some an email, password, cancel, full name. Wow, you're asking for
A
a lot of
lot of
stuff.
information. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think, and so they really want to make sure that even though this, and you see this in the employee count, they also say that 1 to 75, so it's not for smaller companies, you know. So
it's easy
they're
to
already
jump.
trying to hint that you can start for free, there is no strings
Right.
attached, but this is actually for bigger companies.
Yeah, you're right. Like 1 to 75, and then it suddenly jumps from 75 to 500, and then 500 to 2,000.
What I
Yeah,
actually miss in this sign up flow, if I were them, I would have, since this seems like a big commitment, and I would have actually added an enterprise or at least a kind of a testimonial in there, and
yeah.
use some kind of extra, like for example, like instead of showing more features, maybe that's interesting, but also they could have tested with case study or some testimonials to see how people do it.
Yeah, especially that they're asking for a lot of fields, and I'm only at step 2 out of 5 I can see here. Like I'm gonna guess that there'll be more stuff. Okay, they show the pricing again. Based on your profile, you may be interested in Business Plus. I guess they were trying to upsell already. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. um I don't know how I feel about it. Really, it's kind of like the sign up flow is something that I would definitely ask them why did they choose this way. And
Right.
but when you go inside the app, it's amazing. So let's just click on the current plan. I think you see that you took the UX uh, color and you clicked on the blue one.
Yeah, I did. I was primed for it, but I was like 1 second. That's making me increase my price, but that's
Yeah,
not what I
yeah,
want.
they're priming you. Yeah,
Oh, that's a
minimum
minimum of
is
three
3 users.
users.
Yes,
Okay. So annual, okay, 995, or I can go monthly. Let's just go monthly because
exactly.
oh wow. Okay, so now they're asking for a credit card directly.
Yep.
That's me. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about asking for a credit card? I know some folks are like, no, with product led, you should put that in after because you want just people using it to get,
Well,
a lot of
actually,
qualified leads.
I feel that we did not click on the right button. This is my opinion.
Oh.
When you say if you're a free individual, they would directly let you in. But since we clicked on the
Oh.
business one, this is my opinion. I think we should just check out later on how it actually
Okay.
is. But I feel like they also asked me the same question, credit card up front. I think they have huge amount of traffic right away, and they just want to qualify it initially, and they just want to have verified accounts. They had no other way to actually verify an individual. So what they did was they wanted you to try it out.
Continue the trial. They keep pushing you to buy now, huh?
Exactly, because they want you to like be sure about it. They want you to make sure that this is something that you already need. So this is not the
Yeah.
first time you're coming on the platform. I'm not sure. I would not do it. But they
Yeah.
must have tested it. So let's just go forward with it, with what they say.
Okay. I'm gonna continue with trial. Hopefully, state.
Yeah, see, there's so much friction in there. So they're talking about onboarding. What they have done in terms of friction, in terms of friction, there are two kinds of ways to actually do it. What they are doing is actually adding too much friction in the onboarding, and there's another one called frictionless.
Right.
And the reason why they're doing friction, because they want to only have a committed user, no non-committed user, first of all. And in frictionless is more product-led growth and more that way. But with frictionless, you get a lot of spams as well, where you get a lot of users who are not actually interested. So what they are trying to optimize here for is actually serious users, committed users who can actually do it, and who want to try the platform right away.
Yeah, there's definitely a trade-off. I mean, they're adding a lot of friction, you're right, but the quality, hopefully it's higher, and I'm guessing they have a lot of salespeople to follow up with this because they did ask for my phone number up front. So let's see.
Yep.
I'm just hit on get started.
And the benefit of friction is just that you get committed users, and with frictionless is you don't get committed users, but it's a lead gen technique, right? So you let the people in, you show them your door, and then they have an experience, and based on that experience they decide. So they have chosen that way. I'm pretty sure they did not start with this right away.
Right.
Okay, so now you have a confirmation email. You have to go
Dang
and
it! What the heck? This is one of the things that
yeah,
Wes talked about. Not doing this. Come on, we've sent you confirmation. It's time to check your email.
yeah. So here,
Dang
the
it!
reason why confirmation email is they already took your credit card details, right? So they don't need to
Yeah.
from your email address. If they're not a qualified user, this is one of the mistakes that a lot of companies do. And I also have been thinking about, like, we've done a ton of research, and we found out that 77% of the companies are still asking for these emails. I believe that somebody needs to solve this. The
Right.
confirmation of email. Did you actually went through? Did you go through it?
Yeah, I just went to a different screen and picked up the link. Okay. Oh
Got
my
it.
goodness, it's making me log in. Like
So this is
I
another friction point in there,
what
and I
that?
think the sign up flow is terrible thing. Looking at this sign up flow, it seems like it's not for us at all, right?
Yeah.
It's not for us. Somebody, we will not be their actual users or customers.
Right.
And but like, this is how they want to do it. They have understood that the market is like this, and they understand all of this. So yeah, and what I can suggest that they can definitely, since they have this huge sign up flow, a lot of users have been dropped off in there.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe they have, like you said earlier, maybe they have enough people trying to sign up that the benefit to the risk of doing this is actually they probably making more money. I'm not sure, but it definitely turns me off. And you're right. Maybe we are not the right kind of users for this.
Yeah, but I think it's also about the security. They are a secure cloud management, content management platform. So this is what I think, and that's why I'm doing it. So let's just move forward.
Yeah.
So this is the screen. I love it. I love this
Yeah.
screen, and the reason why, because they're asking me, they're choosing us, they're choosing my path. What
Right.
do I care about most?
Yeah, you're totally right. I think hopefully, and what I'm guessing is that they would personalize and segment their emails or their checklists or anything else based on this. I think that would be cool. Chances are probably not, but you're right. I totally like this. I see like
Yeah, so it's
companies like
not gonna
Wistia.
happen. If you see on the left side, there's a checklist behind the backdrop.
Oh, that sucks.
And it's not going to change. I think this is still again to for their own sales purpose, which I don't believe this is true.
Oh, for sales.
But like, this is again too much friction on the sign up flow.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna select one and then continue.
And I think they shouldn't have a continue button. They should have just like directly click on that specific button, and the user would have gone through.
Right.
But they didn't do it. So here, I think they the first time they welcome you.
Right.
Throughout your free trial, we will be guiding you through best practices to make the most of your box account, and then invite the user. I'm not sure right now, so I will never invite them. But what's your opinion?
Yeah, I would never invite them, but they should have bolted this out. Extend your trial by 2 more days. I've actually seen another company, ProdPad, does this. They kind of gamify their trial process. Where like, oh, if you do X, you get 2 more days. But what do you think about that? Like, invite teammates and get 2 more trial days?
Yeah, they make it seem like that getting free trial is actually very hard. And so if you invite 2 more people, then it's easier for you. You have 2 more days where you can actually, with the trial, which costs a lot of money, will be 2 days, two days less cost for you. So I think it's kind of gamification, and we're going to talk about it further, which is the reason why we chose this platform.
All right, so should I invite you or should I just close this out?
Close this out, man.
Yeah, all right, let's close it out.
Cool.
All right, so we're here. There's this. Where do you want to start here? There's so many things to look at. I feel
so here the best thing they have done is, I think if you would have added the email addresses, then they would have showed us what to do next, and that was the file. If you look at it, on the left side there's a checklist.
Yeah.
The checklist tells you what to do. Upload a file.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Oh, so they're adding stuff too.
Just go to the first one.
Upload a file. Okay.
Now there's a nice driven action based tooltip that tells you, hey, click here to upload a file, and it directly takes you to do an action. So
okay, cool.
So if you do an action, that would be great, because then we know what's going to happen, because it will not move forward until it doesn't do it. So I think to choose a picture, maybe your picture, I don't know.
I'll upload a picture. It's going to the cloud now. It's not safe anymore. All right. There. Okay, cool. Oh, I got a trophy. I got 1 day.
Yeah. So
Cool.
this is what the box is all about. Box is all about like the more you do it, the more checklists you do and go back to the checklist, the more you will be able to earn points, and the points are basically extending more days your trial. And this is what I loved about this whole sign up flow, because although their sign up flow was hard, but the onboarding itself is based on gamification. And I think a lot of companies don't take advantage of number of days and number of, I don't know, number of rewards that they can give to the user. And this is what I loved about it.
Yeah, that is totally interesting. Like I said, I have only seen one other company do this, Podpad. They wrote a whole blog post about it, but you're right. This is super cool.
Cool. So let's do this way. So now that we know that they're asking to upload a file, and now they ask for sharing a collaborator. So you can just give a fake email address. Maybe we see what happens there.
Okay, I'm gonna put. Should I put your email?
Yeah, just put my email.
Okay, let's send it. The collaborator was successfully invited. Cool. 2 days, 3 free days. Oh, it's cool that you have 10 free days left to earn.
Actually, that was a fake email address because I don't have a .com account. I just have a .co, and it's not verified.
Oh, cool. So I could have just put some random emails there.
Yeah, so you can get more maybe. Yeah, so I think that's what I liked about their onboarding. I think once we finish the whole checklist, we get more rewards and more free trial days. So this is basically it. Do you have the West onboarding bumper slide so that we can just refer to it quickly what they did right? Yeah, so according to West onboarding alley framework, so according to me, this is just my opinion, there was a conversational bumper such as an email and SMS to bring user back to the product. I think they do it by sending you email. I have done that, so they have done a good job. Was it a straight line onboarding? Absolutely minimum number required to step for a user to experience a value. I think it was not straight line. It took us a lot of zigzag to go there. Were the conversational product bumpers such as checklist tooltips were helpful? So yes, it was there. My opinion is that they did a good job in creating that gamification after the sign up flow. So they are only getting qualified leads, and they're also getting make them qualified leads convert better after the sign up. Before the sign up, I think they should reconsider it, how they are doing it. If it's working for them, well and good. But I would still keep one way of account doing free so that the users can realize the value of the platform, just like Dropbox does it really well. That you start a plan and then at some point you hit the data limit and then you start asking the user to pay for it. That's my opinion. I think I love the gamification as well. You also loved it. So I would like to know what was interesting for you.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I'm kind of confused because I think the front end seems like they're trying to be more sales led because they ask for a lot of things, right? They're asked for the phone number, they ask for a credit card. And on the back end, they're like, oh, we're product led too. So we're going to add this gamification and we're going to ask you what your main goal is. So maybe it's because I signed up as a business, but even then, like, we see it with Slack and we see it with other companies where they remove a lot of friction and then they can target enterprise. Like I've heard Webflow, super easy to sign up for. They've gotten like enterprise companies like Dell just by removing friction. So I think there's like definitely pros and cons here, and the front end was painful and the back end was fun.
Yeah. So I think one more thing that we do not see right now is their emails. If you have that email, just show it to us right away. Those emails were not that super sexy to actually click on and respond to. I just believe that like this email could have done a bit better job. Please complete your box sign up. This is like you're not talking to me as a human. It is an automated email. Verify your email and everything is very non-sexy about it, like things that we don't do in 2020. Yeah, that's one thing that I would also suggest to like make your email come out, even if it was coming out of after this email, if it comes out of from an SDR, that's great.
Totally true. Yeah, I totally agree. And look at this, no reply at box.com. That is such a pet peeve of mine. Like, email is such like, if I needed help here, I can't even reply here. I can't get help. But you're totally right. Like, it could come from SDR, even customer success, and just, if you have a problem, just reply back. Definitely not sexy. And
yeah. Also, they did not give me a support email in there. So
yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is no support email. There's privacy, edit notification. There's no how do I get help, right?
Yeah. So I think that's where they can also improve. And a lot of companies do these mistakes. Like Box is such a big company. They have like around 3,000 employees somewhere. And they're still doing the same mistakes. So that's all from my side. I really enjoyed this onboarding. Anything else? Last comments from your side?
Yeah, there was one other thing that was interesting is that the harder the more that you go down the list, the more days you get. I think I forgot what psychological idea or concept it is, where like you want to make the easiest one at the top. Like uploading a file is probably the easiest, and then collaborating is the second, and then downloading Box Drive would be harder. So I thought that was just cool. But
Yeah,
I love this. I wish I saw this more often. Maybe they can experiment with other ways, not just adding trial days. Like I know it's not like always the case, but maybe adding like a discount for like more going down market. Could be like a 1%, 2%, or whatever. You get your first month free. I'm not sure. They can give away swag like T-shirt. I'm making more like ABM, where you get a free cupcake if you complete this. I'm not sure. I'm just playing around. Like maybe there's something more fun they can send.
So there's this psychological effect called Zeigarnik effect, that if you
That's it.
couple of them are done, so the user is much more likely. They did not use that because I usually suggest my user to have like account created, one of them is done, and then it gets easier. So they did use easier task, but it was all related to activation. I do like that, but I think account created and it was check marked already, that would have been better for them. That's a really nice point that you actually came up with. Also, I think I don't think they should. I mean, this is my opinion. That in the referral part, I would not have some kind of swag right away. I want somebody to become fan of my company, and then I want to give them a swag personally, because then it makes sense. And if they are PQL, at least they know the platform, they understand it, they love it, and then they get a swag so they can flaunt it as well. So that's my opinion.
Totally agree. I think that's it.
Cool. That's all from our side. One last thing. If you write #onboarding in the comments channel, I'm gonna personally give 30 minutes to you and look at your onboarding, because we can't cover everybody here. Just write #onboarding down, and I'll reach out to you.